So last stream, I teased talking about this little incident because it was kind of funny at the beginning, but doing a little digging, the hole got deep quickly. So just to talk about, just to go over it again. Local punks allegedly set fire to neo-Nazi metal band's truck while playing an invite-only show in East LA. Jaywalking decriminalized California. Care less about that. But this is what I was talking about in the last stream. And at first I was like, it's kind of funny. And then I looked into it a little bit further. And yeah. So apparently this happened at a thing called Rise of the Black Sun Festival, which was interesting to say the least. So I looked into it a little bit, and I just found the trailer like almost immediately. So I'm just gonna play that real quick. Alright, I'm bored of sitting here just saying nothing. So yeah, you can already tell like it's playing into a lot of the far-right tendencies already, like the alienation of work, school, the modern world, crime, Antifa, We can already see it, but I guess I'll just let it finish out. Oh, the saving grace! Rise of the Black Sun Fest. Hopefully they get sued for destruction of private property. I don't support Nazis, but I don't support senseless violence and destruction either. Oh, just you wait, because we're going to expand on that even more in just a minute. And by just a minute, I mean now, because I don't care if I don't care that that this happened. I think it's pretty funny because mass shooters former band playing Southern California Nazi Music Fest. I don't know. Mass shooter. I don't think he should. He has the rights to property, and I don't think people who aided and abetted have that either. From Resistance Records, a neo-Nazi record label founded in the 90s, to the bowels of 4chan and 8chan today, hate group media continues to play a role in inspiring young fascists to attack minority communities with seemingly increasing force and frequency. After 4chan poster turned Nazi terrorist murdered 10 people in a mostly black neighborhood supermarket in Buffalo, New York, he left behind a clumsy manifesto chronicling his radicalization process. If they haven't shot anyone, they can't be mass shooters. Oh, but they aided and abetted, meaning they allowed his shitty behavior. The Buffalo shooter was inspired by the Nazi media he consumed and by other acts of terror. Now his attack is being celebrated by the showrunners for a neo-Nazi music festival featuring a band whose former bassist shot up a Sikh temple. Most of the Nazi stuff today is mislabeled by the woke outrage. Oh, so explicitly targeting black people in a supermarket or explicitly targeting Sikh people in a temple is not Nazi? That's just something that the woke people just come up with, huh? And it's just something that we're just throwing labels out there, huh? Is that what you're trying to say here, buddy? Or I'll let you clear it up. I'll let you clear it up what you're trying to say. That wasn't a target to black people. The target was one black person making something big. Otto didn't want to be continued to be worked on. What are you talking about? The shooter explicitly said that he was going there, like the manifesto and all of that. All right. For that, you lose chat privileges for being stupid. You lose chat privileges for the rest of the stream. Or, actually, there's a timeout feature I could use. Let's do that. Don't say dumb stuff like that. Because that's incredibly ignorant. And, yeah. It's incredibly stupid to just ignore it, just to be like, oh, this is a woke mob. The woke mob is making him seem like a Nazi. You know? He would have never done it. No, he's not a Nazi. He's not some far white supremacist. He just didn't want his car to be worked on. Y'all are making him seem like a villain. That's incredibly dumb and stupid. And, yeah. Don't know why you would say that. But anyways, recently, LCRW was given information on an upcoming National Socialist Black Metal Festival. Oh, wow. They are also explicitly Nazis since National Socialist Party. You know. The Nazis. Crazy. While it was first being held in an undisclosed location somewhere in the woods of Southern California on June 27th, the organizers announced today they'd found a venue. Like many neo-Nazi associated shows, the showrunners aren't publicly saying where it's being held and are screening political or potential attendees. For those who don't know, the National Socialist is English for Nazism. NSBM is a subgenre and political movement that branches off the black metal scene. Lyrical content ranges from goofy, Satanist-inspired worship of the Third Reich to more topical and explicitly far-right rhetoric. Most credit Varg Vikernes, a lone member of the Nazi thrash metal band Burzum, for laying out the foundations of the National Socialist black metal scene. Resistant Records ended up purchasing Varg's label, Simophane Records, in 2000. The festival is called Rise of the Black Sun Fest and will host strictly NSBM lineup. The event is sponsored by neo-Nazi record distributor Vinlandic Werewolf Distribution along with KEP Productions, and is being booked through strictly Nazi production company called Splendor Solus Productions. The flyer for the event is slattered with Nazi imagery from Black Sun to Old Rune. It's all easy to spot if you know your hate symbols. This flyer was created one day by one of the fest's other sponsors, Hipster Black Metal. More on them later. Going through the metal archives, an extensive wiki for the genre, you can find pretty much every band on Rise of Black Sun bill. All of them have some form of fascistic ideology printed on the lyrical themes section about their info. They're all pretty open about their neo-Nazi beliefs in the Metal Archives profile, yet for some reason, few of these bands have their own lyrics listed on the site. One band had some of their less overtly Nazi lyrics up and had the lyrics for a song in support of Kyle Rittenhouse, but that's just about it. It's unclear if the bands will keep the explicitly Nazi lyrics off the site, or if the website itself won't let them post hate speech. Metal Archives just doesn't let that happen. They're pretty good about it, honestly. Some stuff gets missed, but explicitly like Nazi shit does get taken down, so shout out to them. Splendor Solus Productions announced that the Blue Eyed Devils, an infamous Nazi hardcore or hatecore group, would be joining the lineup. BED make their views incredibly clear with songs like The Final Solution about killing Jewish people and Kill It, a song urging others to share their beliefs, to go out and commit acts of violence in the name of the white race. In 2012, former bass player for this group, Wade Michael Page, took up the song Kill It to heart. He opened fire with a 9mm pistol in a Sikh temple, killing 6 people before police shot and killed him. It's very sad. It's very sad that that happened. You know, it's a tragedy that people feel that this is the final solution to, save, the world as they know it. And it's what, Nazism and all that pushes for. I think it's disgusting and abhorrent. But I think it's even more disgusting and abhorrent that people would deny that this was even explicitly racist. Like we just saw earlier in chat, we had someone who was like, "You're just calling, this isn't exactly a Nazi thing. Who's to say it's not?" That's dumb shit. And that's why you are in timeout. Sad to say. Yeah, Nazism bad, and pretending that the shit they do isn't bad is also pretty terrible. Splendor Souls Productions is run by Roxy Peri Rodriguez of Torrance, California. Her husband, Nino Mejia, shares Rodriguez's neo-Nazi beliefs and runs the YouTube channel Hipster Black Metal, which is sponsoring the fest. Sources told LCRW that Rodriguez was chased out of Arizona after crossing the line with local anti-racist hardcore crew. Though they wouldn't give further details on the incident or incidents in question, sources claimed that neither Rodriguez nor Mejia showed affinity for Nazism until very recently. Rodriguez often refers to herself as half white. While this doesn't seem to be a huge problem for everyone in the NSBM scene she inhabits, her skin color does draw her a lot of hate mail from her supposed comrades. Yeah. I don't understand how people mixed people and women do fare in the scene. It's like Lauren Southern, how she felt really uncomfortable because people were just being fucking awful to her in her own movement, which is, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of sad, especially for Rodriguez over here who's having to deal with this. All right, let's just read some of the messages here. You really think that white NS is on your weak native side? Think again. You slaves, you natives are subhuman waste. The joke is on you thinking you're something you're not. Wow. Imagine being friends with this voluntarily. I'm great, thanks. What about you? I'm not too bad, just working and staying away from people. You? Hey, honey, what's going on? Damn, you natives are all the same, huh? It's funny that you think you're NS. See, I've always liked Hispanic girls. I don't see it as race trading because we come from the same people partly. You know, you're cool. I don't know why you're supporting me so much, but it makes me happy. Thank you. Sometimes I think I'll grow old and die alone. I'll be 34 in June. I don't think asking for a loving woman who doesn't yell at me all the time is too much to ask. I think all I want, I'm not materialistic or some dude who's only into looks. I'm sorry, I know you have your own problems, and I don't want to bother you too much with mine, but I want you to know if you need anything to talk about, fuck. That is a really good way to look at it. See, I'm like some of the others, dudes. I've dated chicks with kids. I also don't think whites dating Hispanics is race trading. Bill was saying that the other day, I'm not like NS. I'm mostly trying to fight degeneracy, push for ethno states, which means any race could have their own area. I encourage every race to do their best, be as based as possible against the Za. They want us divided in fighting each other. So for me, those things and neo-fascism a bit. Plus, we got to keep these fucks out of black metal. You seem like you have a collection of cool flags and stuff. I'd love to see what you got. God, it's so fucking gross and weird. Oh, this is bad. I thought she was like, I mean, this is some abhorrent shit. I see worse on my own DMs, but like this is still pretty bad. This is worse because these are supposedly coming from her friends. You know what I mean? I'm a white dude, but I personally like black girls, although I can go for any woman. I like whoever I like. That's it. I don't care. Every relationship I'll be in is interracial because I am mixed. It happens. Rodriguez and Mejia seem to occupy a very specific niche of NSBM, one where Latinx people identify with Nazism or graft elements of Nazism onto their own subcultures, such as people who are at least tolerated by their white counterparts, and under the assumption that everyone remains in their correct and corresponding tribes. LCRW covered a similar such An SBM linked band called Maquito earlier this year. I gotta read that. I gotta read that later. People in this space, when you press them on their beliefs, make claims that they just think society would function better if we all different races had their own ethnically homogenous states. That doesn't really work for Hispanic people. We're mixed people. You know? How does that work for us? People in this space, when you press them on their beliefs, make claims that... Yeah. That line intentionally ignores and glosses over the inevitable genocidal violence that would take to both to get to a racially pure state and keep it that way, should they even succeed. People like Richard Spencer tried to popularize this kind of argument during the heyday of the alt-right. While this view is still entirely racist, Rodriguez and Mejia are far more militant in their racist views. In response to a pro-LGBTQ song Plus posted on Facebook, Mejia commented, implying that homosexuality is synonymous with pedophilia. Of course, these people believe that. On her Instagram account, Rodriguez posted a photo of a text exchange between herself and another POC who she referred to as a sand person. She threatens them with murder multiple times. You're going to get blasted on sight, she says at one point. You won't get in unless it's in a bag, she says at another point. Shouldn't have no need to be learning about your fetishes. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're a closeted child molester. Always has the... Oh my God. So also just very anti-LGBTQ and just anti-Semitic. Of course. What do we expect? Hi, thanks for contacting us. We received your message and appreciate you reaching out. Damn! Killed him. One day your patience will run dry. Oh, God. 29 years, Caucasian, non-Hispanic. Never has been. Never will be. Truly, truly disgusting. Mejia trains at the UFC gym in Torrance, California, and does not appear to be armed, having posted multiple pictures with AR-15s and a shotgun in the wake of the Buffalo Nazi terror attack. Rodriguez celebrated by reposting an image of the shooter's rifle on her Instagram. Under it, she commented, "Shit. Oh, don't like I said that then." And remarked, "Funniest false flag in a cool minute. It is still up as if it has this writing." It's unclear what role, if any, Mejia plays at SSP or any other than moral support, but in several Facebook posts, he does claim to be doing limited pressings of various NSBM records. On his Metal Archives page, he is listed the current operator of the hipster black metal channel. Mejia has tried forming bands in the past, but has never played a show. What a fucking loser. While there are several sponsors for this neo-Nazi fest, one to stand out, a YouTube channel called Hipster Black Metal, which appears to be run by Mejia himself. The channel claims it is bashing the clowns in the black metal industry. They do so by going after people who try to call out NSBM groups for their racist beliefs and by helping NSBM groups find a platform for their views. They also lend material support and use their massive platform. 17.2 subscribers on YouTube to boost NSBM band groups and events. HBM supported and signal boosted SSP in the rise of the Black Sun Festival with fervor. So what's the Hipster Black Metal channel even like? To start, their tamest videos have kind of slurs you see spammed by 12-year-olds in Xbox Live chat in 2007. Uh-oh. The more heinous videos defend and espouse open racism, sexism, homophobia. Those behind HBM seem to posit themselves as experts on the genre and gatekeepers of what does and does not qualify as black metal. Of course, like all fucking black metal. HBM's operator seems to consider black metal and Nazi beliefs synonymous with one another as they go as far as targeting anyone in the black metal scene who challenges this beliefs with online harassment. In one post, HBM named member of a local band as well as attached a current photo and then said, "Stay mad, fence-setting loser," an image congratulating all the bands who dropped the big bad Nazi Nocturne Fest. He later removed the photo from the post, only to post a video of the same person later. Fucking wonderful. Another notable sponsor... Okay, I'll read that in a minute. I don't get white supremacy. I don't either. It's really hard to. It's really It's really fucking hard to. No normal person should get it. You have to be a little bit messed up to even understand like why it's a thing, you know? Another notable sponsor to the neo-Nazi show is KEP Productions, owned by Kyle KEP Powell of, New Jersey. Through Metal Archives lives him as a California resident. Powell is well known in the black metal world, most notably for his work as singer and songwriter for the mid-90s black metal band Engorge, as well as bands Fragmentation and Nebula 666. Oh, okay. I actually know Fragmentation. I think I've heard of Nebula 666. I think they've done shit with Behemoth or some shit. May have read an article. I don't know. All of which songs depicting and glorifying rape and murder, as well as lyrics steeping in hatred of women. Powell came under fire in 2018 when he booked Nazi groups to play in Clifton, New Jersey at a bar called Dingbats for his annual Vengeance Fest. Owners nearly canceled the show due to the backlash, but allowed it to go on when Powell promised them that the specific Nazi groups in question would not play. He lied. They played their sets. Ideological reported that the owners of Dingbats said that they will never work with Powell or KB Productions again. He is hosting the same event this year in October, following the same invite-only, undisclosed location plan as the Rise of Black Sun Fest. This one he decided to make unapologetically white supremacist. Most of the players from Rise of Black Sun Fest are involved with a similar show that is happening in late July. A comment from Mejia claimed that they are looking for a venue in the hood for this show. LCRW will naturally keep you updated, as well as right now, it is unclear where the show is happening. If you have any tips or leads to where it may be held, message LCRW on Twitter for encrypted comms or encrypted email. Alright. I, of course, fucking hate, neo-Nazi shit. Fucking nerds. Losers. That's all I have to say. But yeah, even We Are the Pit, even though I had beef with them way back in high school, did a really good way of like rounding it out and talking about this. So what we saw was an article about the fest before it happened, and here's the article after it happened. During a recent neo-Nazi black metal show that took place in some anti-fascist punks allegedly set fire to a truck parked outside that show. As reported by Vishal Paul Singh, a neo-Nazi metal show was being held in East LA at a venue located at 36112 East 1st Street. The show was titled Rise of the Black Sun and featured bands wearing anti-Semitic shirts. Singh covers protests, extremists, and law enforcement, and over their Twitter, they shared an account of this far-right black metal show. Speaking to the show, Vishal starts by writing, "Breaking: neo-Nazis, some armed, are in Los Angeles for a Nazi black metal festival called Rise of the Black Sun. A black sun flag emblazoned Nazi hangs on the wall. One of the band's Blue-Eyed Devils had former member commit mass murder shooting at a Sikh temple, killing 6. They then go on to tweet the location of the Neo-Nazi Music Festival in Los Angeles, a venue that was purchased in April of this year. The venue has been used for other Nazi black metal shows as well. Their location is location. They then add the Rise of the Black Sun Music Festival in East Los Angeles featured multiple Nazi metal bands displaying anti-Semitic and Nazi imagery. Multiple reports then came into LA Taco that the truck was on fire and in front of the show, allegedly started by anti-Nazi punks. You can find Vishal's tweets regarding the story below. Oh boy, let's see what... This is a lame looking show. I can't see the crowd, but the show looks fucking lame. Like, this looks so fucking... Like, look, I'm used to grungy, like, venue locations and all of that. Like, I'm used to it. But, like, this is, like, the lights are on, the fucking flashing lights, they're standing here, no one really seems to be having a great time. Ugh. So what happens when you set fire to a truck and then the other people seek out reprisals? It seems like it's inviting more violence. And you gotta admit the Antifa types tend to be surprised when they're met with violence from some odd reason. Then again, I rarely, if ever, have seen Antifa attack gnarly skinhead types. I usually settle for old people or meek women. I shit you not, I saw Antifa thugs attack some small girl waiting in line to see Death in June back in 2014. I mean, maybe for you, but that's what happens when you live in the city because you guys are genetically inferior to us country types over here. I remember when I was 14 and I went to go see Iron Lung in, Jackson. They were at a skate park, and that's when I got introduced to Lace Code. Most people say Lace Code is dead. It was not dead at the time I saw this shit happen. Some dude showed up with red laces, someone that apparently has been like very like openly like racist in the past, and he got beat the fuck up by like this one dude like in the parking lot. Like it was no joke. He then comes in with some buddies like after the show. Once I was gone, I didn't get to see this, and they got fucking wrecked. I mean, it was like him. I think his cousin. I can't remember. I read the reports like 2 days after it happened on Facebook, but like I read it, and they were like fucking tore the fuck up. It was bad. Like I felt kind of bad for him. Like it was easily a hospital trip after all that happened. And these were like big guys, like, beer gut, like, fairly large, 5'10" to 6'2" in range, I want to say. They were way bigger than me. I was like a good solid foot shorter in ninth grade. But yeah, it was messed up. And they got beat up by like, older types and also like younger types. Like it was not pleasant to see. Like it was a bloody mess. But hey, country boys raised different. What can I say? I've seen Ireland more times than I can count. I've always appreciated Jensen's stage banter. That being said, I've gotten the middle finger for Antifa for life. All right, cool. I'm pro anti-fascist because if you're anti-fascist, you got some questions to answer with that. Oh, here's a different one. God, this just looks like a bad show. There's nothing like particularly like entertaining or eye-catching from this. No, everyone's just kind of standing around. No one looks like they're having fun. And of course, these are people that probably you wouldn't want to hang out with because they have one thing in their life, and it's fucking racism. The only thing they have going for them is bigotry. They're all fucking losers. I'm not a fascist for thinking if you cover your face and attack little girls, you're a pussy. That's how real life works. Nice try, though. Not all Antifa does that. That's just Black Bloc, first off. And I have huge disagreements with Black Bloc. I don't like them. But most anti-fascist actors are people who write articles like this, showing that this happens, And considering that one of the biggest, like, fascist groups within America, and, I'm using fascist a little loosely, but, I think it's a fair description, is the KKK, who are famous for masks. I think it's kind of funny. A little funny for that. But hey, whatever you say, guy. I know you like NSBM, and you seem to not like Antifa. Whatever you say. But yes, no, fuck Black Bloc for doing the dumb pussy shit they do. So a lot of times it's just city college kids wanting to get a fucking adrenaline fix, so they go for the first thing they see. It's dumb shit. I would love to make a video on Black Bloc later, but I'm not going to. I can't take black metal fucking serious. They always claim to be like these big, tough arbiters of truth and look at them. Look at these goddamn goofballs. Oh, buddy, you're such a fucking loser. Oh, this is fucking... I think this is a good picture. I fucking love this. This is fucking phenomenal. It's hilarious.